So we made a beer yesterday. What are we going to do with this beer, Pauly?
We're going to drink it up.
Damn straight we are.
No problem.
So we show up yesterday, and there you were already working with these three guys by the time I showed up. I tried to show up late enough to where it was just kind of like for photographs and handshakes, but unfortunately, Pauly put me to work.
Is a taste mess.
He was brutal. He was brutal yesterday. I think, actually, I was there for maybe an hour, and I probably did more work than anybody. So I wasn't in a hurry to do this unless I felt like I needed it. But again, when they saw my tea level, they said, yeah, that's the best we've ever seen.
Welcome to Around Will County. Today, Paulie Bidney, brewer at Route 66 Old School Brewing in Wilmington, Illinois. He recently teamed up with law enforcement officers from around our area to brew a batch of What You Gonna Do for the May 8th Cops event at Nellie's and Route 66 Old School Brewing in support of concerns of police survivors. Each year, between 140 and 160 officers die in the line of duty. Their families and coworkers are left to cope. COPS provides resources to help them rebuild their shattered lives. We will be exploring these and other topics today with the brewer at Route 66 Old School Brewing, Paulie Bidney. And hey, if you haven't already, hit that like button and please subscribe.
So here we are, early, or wait, I guess we're in April still, and starting another podcast. Kind of a last-minute podcast. Dr. Egan, you set this up.
This is nice.
Yeah, well, thank you for doing that.
That's surprising.
Kind of a last-minute idea. Yeah.
It's for a good reason.
Yes.
For a very good reason.
It is for a very good reason. So how you doing?
I am fantastic. How
Great.
are you?
Good, real good. Nikki Tyler, how you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Good, good. And we have a special guest with us here
Yes, we
today,
do.
Paulie Bidney.
Yes.
Did I say that correctly?
You did, actually.
Good. What is that? Is that Irish?
Norwegian.
Norwegian. Oh, okay, good, good. So, Paulie, why are we having you here today?
Well, I work at Route 66 Old School Brewing in Wilmington, Illinois, and I did our police collaboration yesterday where I had some of the local officers come down and brew beer with us. And the beer that we do, it's California Common. It's a pre-prohibition beer style. It started during the California Gold Rush when they couldn't use caves for lagering beer. So they made this special yeast to be able to make a lager at ale temperature.
Really?
Yes. And so it's a beer that I've always liked, and we decided to use it or do it with this collaboration. And then we finally hooked up with the COPS organization, which, what does it actually stand for?
Concerns of police survivors.
Okay.
Concerns of police survivors. Yeah.
And I just know that it's an organization to help families of fallen officers in the line of duty.
It is. Yes. A great organization.
It is.
Yeah. And I was fortunate enough to be there yesterday to help out. But tell me who all showed up to help you out yesterday.
Justin Bowles, Deputy Chief from Wilmington.
Justin Dole. Yeah.
And then we had Matt Keebles,
Matt
who's a
Keebles.
retired
Yeah.
officer, and then the other guy.
Anthony Rizzo, I believe was his name. Anthony Rizzo. Yeah. So yeah, 3 Wilmington officers and
From the Cubs?
that's what I thought too. Maybe
Okay.
Anthony Rizzo from the Cubs. I was going to go there, but I wasn't sure, how that would play out. Yeah.
I thought the same thing, but I don't know the company I'm in, so
Yeah.
I can't say anything.
Exactly. So, but yesterday was a lot of fun. So what we did is we showed up yesterday at Route 66 Old School Brewery.
Nice place.
Yeah, beautiful place. They got a great restaurant there called Nellie's. And they are very, very, very pro-police. They are very generous to us. I can't say enough about how nice they are and how often they support local law enforcement. So a shout out to Route 66 Old School Brewery, Nellie's, and Nelson's Furniture there in Wilmington. They've always been very good to us. So thank you for that.
No problem.
So we show up yesterday, and there you were already working with these three guys by the time I showed up. I tried to show up late enough to where it was just kind of like for photographs and handshakes, but unfortunately, Pauly put me to work.
Is a taste mess.
He was brutal. He was brutal yesterday. I think, actually, I was there for maybe an hour, and I probably did more work than anybody.
No, I don't know
Yeah,
about all that.
I think so. I think I did more work than anybody. Yeah. Yeah, no, I think it was nonstop. Pauly just do this, do that.
All those grain bags.
Yeah,
Oh, he
yeah.
didn't
The
even pick up
200
the
from the
single
parking
green
lot.
bag.
Yeah.
Unload that truck.
Yeah, you must have saw what he did to me yesterday. Yeah, but we really did have it was really a lot of fun, and it was, kind of neat to learn what you do and how you make beer, and it was really a fun day. So I want to thank you for that, Paulie.
No problem. And I actually enjoy doing this, especially when I team up, because this is one of 3 projects I do every year. I do this one, and then I do a fireman collaboration where we donate to Project Fire Buddies, and then we do another one for the veterans where we team up with Project Headspace and Timing, who is a nonprofit for veterans with PTSD in
Oh,
the
wow.
Kankakee area.
Yeah,
So it's just kind of nice to sit there and I can hear everybody's story. It humbles you, you know.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. So, and we will cover again now. COPS is concerns of police survivors, and my understanding, and I'm very familiar with the organization, is they're a peer support for fallen officers and their families and their children's, and they have getaways and counseling and mental health, and they'll even help out financially with the family. And then they'll come out to your agency and do police training on what they offer. And it is a fantastic organization. I can't say enough good about it. They are great to the community and great to law enforcement. So what a worthwhile cause.
Yes, it is. And actually, I'm a little frustrated because I just found out today when they do that bike ride, I will not be in town.
Oh, they're going to come through like May 21st or something?
No,
What was the
June 11th.
June 11th. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. June 11th. They'll be coming through Wilmington. Yeah. And I don't know if people know, Mr. Tyler, on average, about 160 law enforcement officers are killed a year in America.
realize that.
Yeah. So, and that number goes up and down quite a bit. And I think one of our worst years was 9/11, obviously. But, that's a number of officers that gets killed in the line of duty. And, that's something that's near and dear to my heart after, losing a good friend in the line of duty. So it can leave a void for a lot of people. That's for sure. So even here in Will County, we've lost 37 over the years. 37 law enforcement officers have been killed in the line of duty in Will County. And coming up in May, we are going to have our Police Memorial Week. That's May 11th through 17th here in Illinois. And then locally, we do Police Memorial on May 21st. That's put on by the Police Chiefs Association here in Will County, and we have a memorial down at the courthouse and remember our fallen officers. But again, something near and dear to my heart. So just to be a part of yesterday was very, like you say, humbling in a way, and I can't thank you enough. But now, so we made a beer yesterday. What are we going to do with this beer, Paulie?
We're going to drink it, obviously.
Damn straight we are. That's part of the reason we go there, right?
Yeah,
Make that
exactly.
beer. And what's the name of this beer?
It's called What You Gonna Do.
What You Gonna Do?
I had to make a pun on the Inner Circle Bad Boy song just because I've actually had a lot of fun with this project, trying to do as much police puns as possible out there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the very first time we did it, I just kind of threw a recipe together. And the original recipe was 5.7%. And then I got called out by one of our bartenders. He's like, that should be a 5.0 beer. I'm like, oh my goodness, you're all right. So when I ramped it up for the first time we did a 5-gallon batch and everyone loved it. Then when I ramped it down, first year was a little slow, but then we started picking up traction. And I think last 2 years has probably been the biggest year for it.
Yeah.
And I want to enter into some competitions, but it just, the time of year we do it, there's no competitions around at that time.
How do you ramp it down, Paulie? Do you dilute it?
Oh no, you just all you really do is you just play with the grain bill, because when you're making beer, I mean everything comes from malted barley, and then you have your base malt, which could be like Pilsner or Pale Malt, Maris Otter, Golden Promise, and that's where you get most of your fermentable sugars from. So I chose a Pilsner because it's a lager, so you traditionally should use Pilsner malt. So I just, instead of doing 165 pounds, I did 155.
Oh, nice.
So it was just an extra 10% or 10 pounds off the grain bill. So
I got you. And that'll lower the BAC.
mm-hmm.
So what you do with it?
ABV, not BAC.
Yeah,
That's
there you
what
go. Well,
content.
I'm more worried about the BAC
I know,
when I
right?
walk out the door.
So what happens to that 5.7? You don't just pour it down the drain.
No, when I make the beer, it's going to be a 5% straight up 5% beer.
Okay.
Yeah,
Ta- take us, take us through the process. Take
Yeah.
us through the process. You go out and you grow the barley.
No, I do not go to the bar. I don't do any of that.
There's a field behind Nellie's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
over on the North Island.
Yeah, they grow it
And
back there.
according to the Ryan's
Right, Heights Cabal.
Ryan's Heitzgebald 1516,
Mm-hmm.
there should be barley,
Malt.
malt, hops,
yeast.
and yeast,
Mhm.
and nothing else.
Exactly.
Okay.
So, I mean, it's kind of funny with brewing trends nowadays with all the different flavors you get and all that. You know, like some of these old traditional brewers are like, I always say they're rolling in their graves. But so basically, you choose your malt, you make your recipe.
And the malt is barley that's been
Mhm.
sprouted. In-
Malted, sprouted, and then kill them for a little bit. It depends on the color you want. I mean, because it could be just barely or
Kind of like a coffee bean where they roast
kind
it.
of, yeah. So basically, this recipe is a Pilsner malt, a little bit of caramel 30. So a lot of times when you're using, you got your level bond, and those are the numbers, and that's like the lighter, the lower the number, the lighter the color, and the higher you go, like 30, 40, 60, 80, 120, it's just gonna be darker and darker malt. So I decided to go with 30 and 40 because you get a little bit different color and each grain tastes a little different. So you blend that together, and then we use some chocolate malt, very small percent, I think like 1%, and just for color, just to
Okay.
darken it up a little. And actually, this popular beer of this was Anchor Steam from Anchor Brewing Company,
Okay.
which is no longer around. So I'm kind of happy. I was actually very fortunate enough to get some of the last stuff when it was available in the state, and I was able to do a side by side with our beer one time. It was actually, in my opinion, pretty spot on. The color was, I don't know if I have that picture on my phone, but when I did it side by side, you couldn't tell the difference.
Perfect, huh?
So
Mhm.
you get these bags of grain in,
Mhm.
and then what do you do with those?
He makes me carry him in
I do
from
not.
outside. Yeah, yeah.
No, if I were doing that, Jimmy would still be up in the frickin'
There's no doubt about that. Tell the
Get out
truth to that.
with his mortar and pestle
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yes.
grinding up.
because I ended up usually when I order my grain, since I have places to store it all, I ordered last week. I got a delivery of almost 4,000 pounds of
4,000. And how long will that last?
grain. 3-4 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Good. That's a lot of grain.
Have I ever brought you upstairs to show you the warehouse up there?
I've seen it. You know, Steve took me up there, but I
Okay.
didn't know you kept your grain up there.
I
but
do.
yeah,
Well, because we're, we have to pay for delivery. And so if I'm going to actually pay for a delivery, I'm going to make it worth my while.
but more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it's got, as long as I don't mill it, it's got like a 2-year shelf life.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I can just store it up there and it's fine. And then when I get that big delivery, I hire some, or I bribe a couple of the younger bucks and come to the brewery and have drinks. I buy them a couple beers and I just have them help me put everything away.
Carry it up.
Well, I have a conveyor belt. Nobody
Yeah.
carries shit up.
Yeah. Okay. Well, good.
And then what do you do with the grain?
We crush it, break it up a little bit, and then you put it in a water bath of a certain temperature. It's actually, you got to be very, very spot on with the temperature. If you go too high, it won't convert the sugars and starches. If you go too low, same thing. So you let that sit for about an hour, and then you do a recirculation where you're going to set the grain bed, because actually when you set that grain bed, it filters out everything, kind of like a filter. So you don't want to get the grain into the liquid when you boil it, because it'll give you an off flavor.
Is that sparging or is that different?
Well, technically what I'm talking about, that's what we call boil off.
Okay.
But then sparging's the next step, to where when you're collecting, you have residual sugars on the grain. So that's where you sparge, where you drizzle water over that to rinse that out. And then you collect your amount that you need, you boil, you add your hops. And then after the boil's done, which is usually an hour, you chill it down really quick. I have a contraption where I can bring it from boiling down to 70, 80 degrees in just a thing. Was about that big or something like that.
Yeah.
And then all you use is cold water.
Yeah.
Transfers the water down to that. You put it into the fermenter, and then you add the yeast, and then you wait. Oh, and then with some good luck, it started fermenting today.
Oh, wow. You know, it's probably the way I poured in the yeast yesterday,
Oh, he did
which was
such a good
perfectly
job.
poured in. So it definitely made everything kind of fall right into place this morning, I'm sure. Yeah, you know, you got to tilt that yeast a certain way.
You
And
don't want to kill them either.
no, it's
They're,
yeah, it's how you
they're
do
living
it.
organisms.
Yeah, you know, when you've been making beer as long as I have, 10
Well,
minutes.
yeah, 10 minutes. That's about it.
Speaking of that, how long have you been doing this, Pauly? Because you are obviously very knowledgeable.
I've been doing it a total of 16 years.
Okay. And do you have a title like I'm the brewmaster, or is this
I prefer the term brewer.
brewer? Okay.
You know, because in my opinion, a brewmaster, you've made every style.
Okay.
There's hundreds of different styles. I'm getting pretty close, but
Okay.
to me, a brewmaster is kind of a pompous term. I'm just a brewer.
A brewer. Yeah. But kind of learned on the job and
Well, I interned during the recession of 2010. I was interning at Phosphor Station,
okay.
and I was out of work plumber. And then once things started picking back up, everyone was going back to work. I found out what brewers make, and as a plumber, I was making a lot more money. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back to this. Then during COVID, this job came up, and I'm like, you know what? Screw it. I'm 45 years old. I'm not going to get any younger. Now is the time to do it.
Yeah.
So you know, Tina and Steve were gracious enough to hire me. And here I am going on, it'll be 6 years at the end of September. Been
Wow, that's
working for
great.
them.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah. And, you know, I think it looks so easy to make this when somebody knows what they're doing. But I think, as we all know, if you were to go home and try to make beer, I don't think it would turn out.
I've done it.
Yeah, I know you have.
Yeah.
I know.
And-
Let's talk about that.
Well, and it's weird because my son initially started to get into the craft kind of brew
At home?
No,
Oh,
craft beer thing.
Just drinking.
Just drinking it
Yeah.
back
An Egan that likes
When-
beer.
when he
yeah,
was in-
throws me off.
when he was in law school.
Yeah.
And he said, you know, can't drink much because he's in school, but when he drinks, he wants to drink something that tastes good.
Yeah.
So then we came home from a trip and we got a Groupon for a distillery, and we did the distillery tour, and down the way we saw food truck and people having like a really good time over there,
Yeah.
not where we were.
Right.
So we walked down and said, well, what's going on? And that was Workforce.
Oh,
And-
okay. Yeah. So
and-
you were at Tailwinds.
yeah.
Okay.
So we went down to Workforce
They're having fun,
was a
partying.
blast.
Yeah.
and they had these brew kits
Yeah.
where you could make your own beer.
A
And-
party in a box.
Good present, good Christmas present or birthday present or whatever we needed to get him a present.
Sure.
And he took off with it.
And he made it at home.
He makes all,
And is it
Does-
good? Is it drinkable?
he
Yeah.
entered competition with it.
Really? And what happened?
He didn't get kicked out.
Well, but
He
that's
didn't win.
good. Yeah.
But I mean-
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. And that's when I saw all the work that went in. And I, yeah.
No, it's just, when you're done, bring it by the house.
How clean you have to keep stuff.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Paul was big into that yesterday. You got to
unbelievable.
sanitize everything.
You got to
and-
sanitize everything. You
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
breathe. You know, you can't
Yeah.
touch stuff.
And that's another thing. He made me wash all the pots and pans yesterday. I'm telling you right now, those had not been washed in years. But yesterday, because he had free labor, I had to
Oh,
wash them.
made him wash
Yeah.
One.
But
And-
it is a lot of work.
I think it's kind of amazing because you think back, okay, it's been around 15,000 years
Yeah.
or whatever.
Beer.
And it probably got civilization to where it's at now because the water was no good.
And
And
that's
people that
what-
drank the water all died, and the people that drank the beer lived. So
Mhm.
even in the colonial times, people were drinking, men, women, children, everybody drank beer from the time they woke up in the morning till the time they went to bed.
I think they were a lot happier back then. Let me tell you.
Actually,
Sorry, guys.
I read somewhere that beer is what got us out of the bubonic plague because of boiling the water and all that. So I've heard that. I don't know how true
Yeah,
it is.
the only issue I have with that is bubonic plague spread by fleas from
Okay.
rats.
Okay.
So it's not waterborne. But
So-
now typhus, cholera, all the other things that can kill you. Oh yeah,
Okay.
Is it the boiling of the water?
boiling the water.
Then
They
that's
didn't know
really
it was
what
boiling the water.
Yeah, they didn't
They just
know it.
thought, hey, you drink beer, you live. You drink water, you die.
Drink beer.
Everybody drank beer.
That should be a bumper sticker.
I,
Yeah.
you know,
We should have a bumper sticker like that. Drink beer and live.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
to a
And
point.
Yeah. Yeah.
everybody had their own beer was made in people's houses.
Yeah.
And then people started to have the public houses where the women would make the ale, and they were the wives of somebody in the public house,
Yeah.
and they were the alewives.
Alewives. Huh. Yeah, I've kind of heard that term before. Yeah.
We have a beer named called Alewife, the Peak Alewife.
Is that right?
That's where I got the name of that beer
Yeah.
from, actually.
You guys Google the
history
same
is-
websites. Oh,
The
yes.
history is crazy.
It is
If I-
crazy. Yeah.
If I remember correctly, the term pub came from public houses based on what I
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah. That is interesting.
Yeah.
The history of
The history
beer.
of beer
Oh,
is
yeah.
We
like,
could talk about that all day.
did civilizations start to cultivate grains for food, or did they start
Or-
cultivating grains to make beer?
Yeah.
There's a little bit
Good
of
point.
controversy there.
Well, I can tell you yesterday, you got to be careful drinking his beer because it is stronger than normal beer.
Well,
Is that true? I mean, when you go
Yes
to,
and
you know,
no.
drink
Yes
your
and
Miller Lite,
well, because all the big main breweries like Miller Lite and whatnot, yes, it's watered down, but yes, they do. They use a lot of non-true beer ingredients, like your Miller Lite and your Busch Light. They use a lot of corn and a lot of rice.
cheap.
Cheap. Yep. Just cutting a corn to make a buck.
Yeah.
And so that's why it gets like straw colored. It's very watery. And I like to have a full bodied beer. I don't want to be drinking water, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah. But if you're the, 2 beer a week consumer like me, you got to be careful drinking 2 of your beers
Yeah.
versus 2 of my, because there's even your lovely wife yesterday said, I better just, hang out for a few minutes till I feel, because you have a couple, 3 and you don't realize how quick it catches up with you. And we do want everybody to be safe and driving. And that's obviously a major concern, but,
Yeah.
but we do enjoy our beer. Right, Mr. Tyler? I think you had something yesterday. What'd you have?
2 beers.
The 2 beer
I
story.
had-
We've never
Isn't that
heard
what they
that
all
before.
say?
Yeah, 2 beers. Oh, I had 2 beers. That's it. There you go.
I
Yeah.
had whatever Jim had.
I think you
It's
guys are
usually-
drinking the old Wilmatucky.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that's our version of a Miller Lite old style, something
Yeah.
like that.
Because you got about how many different drafts or
We
beers?
have 20 drafts, and we have one dedicated to mead from a local meadery in Dwight called Impossible Mead. And then the other draft is our homemade root beer that I make.
That's awesome.
That's also very
And,
good.
I often overlook, but they do have a homemade root beer at Nellie's.
Yep.
And the brewery.
Nellie's has got A&W. I have homemade root beer at my place.
Okay. See, I hesitated there because I knew there was a difference. Yes, they have A&W, but if you haven't had homemade root beer, it really, really is good. I mean, it's
So I actually take roots like sassafras and sarsaparilla and birch bark and licorice root.
natural. It's all natural, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I do that very similar to making beer. I just don't do it as long. And then I add a lot of dark brown sugar and some molasses and vanilla and some lactose for milk sugar for
Mhm.
a little bit of the milky, creamy flavor to it.
Yeah. It turns out great. It really does. It really does.
That was a fun project. It took us probably like 4 times before we finally got the recipe that we want.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that was you and Steve kind of working together,
yep,
making
exactly.
it back and forth. Yeah.
And now pretty much I'm making about 5 gallons a week. Actually, I got to make one more probably next week before I head out of town.
Yeah.
Then.
That's awesome. So this beer now that you made yesterday, or again, I think I did most of the work, but you called it "What You Gonna Do." What You Gonna Do? That's the name of the beer.
Yep.
And what day are you gonna start drinking that beer, and why?
Well, it'll be on May 8th.
May 8th.
And that's when it'll be. I scheduled it to be ready by then because we're going to do a fundraiser for the cops organization where they're going to come in and set up a table and sell like their T-shirts and coins and koozies and all that merch that they have. And then I'm going to guest bartend with Jay, and then we're going to donate all of our cash tips straight to them, and then also donate a portion of the sales that day
Oh, wow.
to the cops organization.
Okay. So May 8th from 5 o'clock at night,
5 o'clock till 8 o'clock.
5
right?
o'clock till 8
Mhm.
o'clock, May 8th. They're at Old School Brewing.
Yeah.
5 to 8 is the cops event.
Yep.
And you're going to raise money.
Yes. There's
Yeah.
a fundraiser for them.
That's awesome.
To it.
should be a lot of law enforcement, firemen, first responders.
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. And I was open to the public, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Anybody can come, and we'd love to see you. And we get local police that come in all the time. We actually, one of our mug clubbers is a Braidwood officer,
Oh, really?
Adam Beatty,
Oh, Adam. Yeah. I think Adam's running for
state representative.
state rep. Yeah. Good guy. Good guy. Yeah. Are you going to be there?
Yes.
Perfect. 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 So now you are a mead guy.
I did.
Somebody
they
I
have
know
these things called kits.
talks
So-
about your mead endlessly.
It was good.
Dick Tyler
was
just
good.
loves Dr.
Well,
Egan's
I've had
blueberry mead.
before, but Brian surpassed.
He set the bar.
He set the bar.
Yeah, he set the bar.
Well, they've got these beer kits,
Mhm.
okay, that you okay, so let me try. My son can do it, I can do it,
Sure.
right? It's a lot of work.
Hey,
I mean,
let
you
me run something by. How much is a 4-pack? If I walk into and say, "Can I have a 4-pack of your beer?" How much is it?
Anywhere from $15 to $19.
And you probably spend $100.
The kits are like $50.
Oh,
But-
50.
But
yeah,
once you start like boiling the water,
yeah.
you're in for like the next 5 or 6 hours
Really?
of watching the thing boil. To boil 5 gallons of water, unless you have like a jet engine,
Yeah,
it takes a while.
yeah.
And then again, and then you put the stuff in, you got to mix it up, and everything's got to be sterile, and you're sitting there with your hands like you're on surgery, and and stirring stuff and temperatures and making
Because that's a big part of it,
sure,
right? The
and,
temperature.
Yep.
and it's got to be just right, and this and that and everything. Then it gets on the stove, and you're like, the wife's gonna yell at you because then it crusts to the stove, and because that's
Yeah.
sticky.
Yeah,
And then you put it in the thing, and then you got to wait for it to carbonate. Then you got to let it ferment for a while, not too long, not too much, and then it all separates. And then you got to get the gunk out of the bottom.
yeah.
It's
A lot of
like
work.
A lot of work.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk into
It's-
Old School Brewery and just drink their beer. That's what I want to do.
The nice thing is, if I screw it up, okay, it's 5 gallons and $50 a out. If he screws up, it's like 1,000.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good question. Have you ever just totally gone off the rails on a batch and had to throw it away
Once.
once?
And the
Ooh.
only reason that happened was I was doing a kettle sour, to where I literally let the beer sour in the kettle overnight, and I just got it chilled down to the right temperature. I set my temperature controller on my control panel, and I left for the day. And actually, it's kind of funny. I was judging a homebrew competition back up when I was living in Joliet. So I went to go judge the competition. As I left, my bartender called, and she's like, "That thing you got going, that is boiling, and there's a mess in the brewery. What do I do?" I'm like, "Just turn it off. I'll deal with it in the morning." Because I'm already in Joliet. I was judging 10% plus beers, and I'm like, I'm not ready to. No, I'm gonna deal with it in the morning.
Yeah.
And so that I could have probably saved that one,
Mm-hmm.
but I literally just started this job like outside maybe month 2 or 3. So I'm not gonna take a chance, go back to the drawing.
Yeah.
Luckily, this was still during COVID, so things were slow. So it wasn't like it put us very far behind.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I actually just once. That's not too bad, really.
Not too bad.
No.
And it turns out okay. I mean, and when you get done with the process, that takes like 6 to 8 weeks. So it's not like,
No.
I was like, we're having a party this afternoon. Let me make some beer.
No.
It's like you got to be 2 months in advance.
Oh, yeah.
And okay. No.
Yeah,
okay.
no.
I'm thinking, okay, beer,
Yeah.
they've been doing for 15,000 years. Okay. Mead, they've been doing for 30,000 years.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
You graduated from
it's
beer
like-
to mead.
well, yeah, because how hard could it be?
Can't be too hard.
If they could do it 30,000 years
Yeah,
ago, I
yeah.
can do this in 2026.
I would.
It's
Or
actually a
actually,
lot easier to make mead.
It's gotta be a lot easier.
It
Yeah,
is. It
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
And okay, so you mix up the honey, you mix up the
Water.
yeast, and then you put some nutrients in there to keep the yeast alive, and you walk away.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Well,
And then
Yeah. that sounds better.
but
Uh-oh.
yeah,
Oh,
it can taste like ass.
Oh, yeah.
That's not blueberry mead there. No.
No, there's alcohol in there, but
Yeah.
oh my God.
Yeah.
So there are some steps that you learn as you go, and you're like, oh, don't do that again, and don't do this again. And you don't
Yeah.
have to be quite as,
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like a lot of work. I'm walking
it's
into
fun.
Paulie's
It's,
pub over here and drinking his beer. And
Mm-hmm.
it's fun to
yeah.
do
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
once
good.
in a while.
Yeah.
Now you made a 3-berry,
Triple berry, yeah.
triple berry
Yeah.
mead. Well, last time I was over, and it was very smooth.
Yeah. But it wasn't the blueberry.
This was, I can't remember which berries you used. It was
Strawberry,
right.
blueberry, and raspberry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now he does have. I've had other blueberry meads before, but yes,
Not as good as Brian's.
the alcoholic content
Catches you?
it's
Yeah.
like a rocket.
Yeah.
It's Artemis 2 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
It
a
was-
wine, so it's like
right.
12 to 15%. Somewhere
Yeah.
in there,
Yeah. Yeah. I have visions of my grandfather used to make his own wine, and it was down in the basement and the old jugs that looked like they've been around 300 years.
Yeah.
And he'd just sit down there and drink it, and it tasted terrible. It was terrible. It was just gross, but he loved it.
Well,
you know?
after the first couple glasses,
Yeah,
it all
well, there
tastes
you
good.
go. Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe that's the secret. Yeah. Yeah. maybe
My
that's the
grandfather
secret.
did that too
Yeah.
during Prohibition.
Yeah,
He used
made
to
his
sell
own?
it out of his basement.
Oh, good for him. Good for
A
him.
lot of people made their stuff in their basement during pro.
Yeah. The old bathtub. Yeah.
Yep.
So have you ever tried that, Mr. Tyler, making your own beer at home?
No, I haven't.
Do you have any energy to do that, though?
I'd rather buy it.
Yeah, I think me and you are the same path. We'll just walk in and buy it.
It's like cooking. I tried making pierogies one time from scratch, and when I got done, after cleaning up, it was like, why did I even attempt?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they tasted okay, but I could go to the Jewel food store, buy frozen ones, tasted just as good,
Uh-huh.
a lot cheaper.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I do gotta say, there's a lot of pride in making your own, because like when Justin was doing it with us yesterday, he's like, next time I go drink a craft beer, he's gonna enjoy it more because he knows what goes into being made.
There's a lot of truth to that. And I even picked up that yesterday. I mean, you do kind of appreciate what it turns out takes a lot of skill and knowledge.
yeah.
And
Like, because I've been fortunate enough to I have friends that work with Moose Island. Like, I've been able to walk around that big giant production facility, and literally, it's like you walk in, they got a TV bigger than this one right here, and it's just like brewing video game,
yeah.
and everything's all automated.
Automated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you still got to take gravities and whatnot, but literally, you just let the computer do all the work.
Yeah. 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 I'm sure that has automated the process entirely, where
Oh,
they
yeah.
probably don't even touch the grain.
No.
They have, I mean, it's about consistency too. So when you make your Gemini Giant from 6 months ago, it's got to taste the same for the next
Exactly.
guy walking in.
Yep.
So it's consistent. That's the home brewing thing. It's like when you get one that turns out really nice, you're
Yeah.
like,
All right.
oh, I'm the man.
Yeah.
And then you do it again and you're like, what the hell happened? This tastes like ass.
Yeah. Yeah. But now there's different brew pubs. Paulie, maybe you want to get into this a little bit. They're kind of struggling. I mean, it's a tough field right now.
Oh, it is. It is. I mean, the alcohol all around has gone down, especially with the
Consumption.
consumption.
And where are our young youth going, Paul?
Smoking weed.
Smoking weed. That's right,
the
doctor?
main
Have you heard
reason
that?
right there?
Have you heard
I-
that, doctor?
I also been recently getting ads for Willie's remedy.
Oh, the infused.
It's Delta 9,
Mhm.
Oh, Delta 8, Delta 9.
Delta
stuff,
8,
yeah.
Delta 9 infused cocktails.
Yeah.
Have you tried that yet?
No,
No. Can you?
not yet.
No. Oh, not
I
yet.
have to retire first, I think.
Do you? Yeah. So that actually has some THC in it.
It's the issue here, which is kind of end run around our laws, is that tetrahydrocannabinol that comes from a marijuana plant can be up to
THC.
15-20% in the bud.
Okay.
Okay. In a hemp plant, which is legal to grow
Right.
for fibers and clothing and stuff like that, is like, I don't know, 0.3 something. It's
Very
very,
weak.
very low percent of
Okay.
THC. However, if you grow the legal hemp plant
Yes.
and distill out the THC that is in the legal hemp plant,
All the way down to a pure
all the way
derivative.
down to a pure derivative,
Then you have
THC,
ah,
which is the same thing as THC in the marijuana plant.
and then you could mix it with
And
a little
then you
lemonade.
mix it with whatever Willie Nelson puts in there, and all of a sudden you've got this cocktail, and it's the same stuff. Now, what
Pauly, have you tried that?
I have.
See,
I have.
Pauly, look at him.
And actually, it's kind of funny because because we're a member of the Illinois Craft Brewers Guild,
Yeah.
which is kind of like the union or club for all the pro brewers out there. It's a
Yeah.
great organization. And when that first started hitting the market, we actually had a few companies come in and talk to us about it.
Could you sell that here in Illinois?
Yes, it is being sold. I mean, it's mainly town to town basis. I haven't really tried it because I don't know what, people around us, they get all crazy if another alcohol establishment opens up. So I don't know if it would go over well or not.
Yeah.
But I know of places like up north that are actually selling. They're making a decent buck off.
Yeah. So you tried it and liked it?
I did.
Yeah.
I did. I mean, it's
Same?
yes and no. I mean, I haven't had a lot of it. Mainly, it's like I'll have like one little can that's like maybe 5 milligrams. for
Okay.
A 12-ounce can.
Remember
Get that
that
with a
stuff?
couple beers and you're all right.
And that's the
Okay.
issue with it, is that when people think of edibles and things, this is from reading and research. This isn't from any personal experience.
Yeah. Okay, whatever. No.
But people would eat the edible and nothing would happen.
But
And then, so they take another one.
And then-
20 minutes later, half an hour later, like nothing's happening.
And
so
then-
they take another one.
yeah.
And
then-
same time.
Then all of a sudden it's 3 days later, whatever.
It's like visiting Dr. Egan's house.
But they can somehow mix or micronize this and put it with some sort of lipid soluble something that absorbs into your system faster.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get an effect within 15 to 30 minutes, like you can a can of beer
Okay.
or whatever.
All right.
And it will last about the same as a can of beer.
Interesting.
Yeah. So that's the social component
Mm.
that the smoking, I think, which is what alcohol, we know, is bad for us. Increases cancer risk, increases calories, increases dementia risk. There's a lot of problems with
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah.
And from a health basis. THC, not so much.
Yeah.
No.
Is there not health problems, or we just don't know about them yet?
I
Or
don't know.
both,
It's been
little
around
both.
for thousands of years, like
Yeah.
alcohol.
I just heard the other day, though, they're talking about people having long-term effects from marijuana, and now they're starting to
I think
see some of that stuff show up.
that depends upon if you use the rocket fuel kind of stuff that you can get at the dispensaries now that is
100 times stronger than-
It's 100
yeah.
times stronger. Yeah, then you get schizophrenia. You can have people that are predisposed to certain conditions. They have a lot of issues with it.
I think anytime the body's in an altered state for that period of time, you begin to mix reality and altered state isms, and then you're kind of going down a path
Yeah.
that, if you already have a predisposed deposition of, schizophrenia,
is
I
it-
don't think that's going to help.
Is it good for you? No.
No.
But is it better for you than alcohol? Yes. People that get up in the morning and drink, a Bloody Mary for breakfast
Yeah.
and, what is it, a michelada for
Mhm.
lunch
Yeah.
and, pre-dinner cocktail. Bad.
Yeah.
Bad. People that get up and wake and bake.
Mhm.
Bad.
Yeah. But what about the hangover with the THC? Is there a hangover?
It's
No.
not supposed to be.
Not-
I mean, you might be a little run down, maybe like after a night of drinking. Maybe,
Yeah.
But you've got to smoke. I mean, you got to be like up smoking constantly. You can barely.
But I'm talking about that Willie stuff. Is there a hangover with
I
that?
don't know. I mean, I haven't really dabbled with it enough. I can count on one hand the amount of times I drink a can of it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then supposedly from what I've read with like some of the laws right now, you cannot consume it in an establishment. It's to go only.
Oh, okay. Because you can buy it at
Which-
Denny's, we found out.
You can buy it online.
Yeah.
Right at the gas station. I mean,
You
Really?
can buy
yeah.
it. Remember, we were
I
at
remember that
place
pub
in
we were at,
Coal
they had
City, and they had
the little bottles.
That's what that is. Now, if you go to work tomorrow and they say pee in
Take
a
a
cup,
test, it'll come back hot.
It'll come back hot.
Okay, yeah. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. No, and I wouldn't until it was legal. I mean, but yeah,
It
you
is
know,
legal.
yeah. Well, not for you,
No.
not for me.
Yeah.
No, Dickie could do it. No. Hey, we should get these two together one time.
There you go.
You know,
We could do a double-blind placebo-controlled study.
Yeah, and see where it goes.
See what
That
happens.
would be kind of fun.
I really wanted to.
Put a plate of brownies in.
Human randomized controlled.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Randomized controlled placebo
Yeah.
study.
Yeah, I like it. So look, I think it's like anything. And I'm going to give a shout out real quick. You know, we're talking alternate medicines and
yes.
stuff like this. Real quick, a few weeks back, I, felt sluggish and tired, and people are saying, you go get your testosterone, you're getting old, get it tested and checked and see what your levels are. So I went up to a place in Naperville called Game Day. It's a men's health, and a young lady, Amy, I'm going to say this wrong, but Pavlika, maybe? Pavlika, Amy Pavlika was the clinic director. And I'll tell you what, I could not be more impressed with this facility. You go up and it's a big, beautiful building, and you go up and you walk in, it's clean, it's respectable. Because that's what I was wondering, what we're getting into with this alternative medicine. And she was professional, and they take your blood, they check my testosterone. And of course, it was, very good. Very good.
Of course it was.
Yeah, it was better than anybody's. It was the best there ever is. It was better than anybody's. Yes.
It sounds like Donald
Yeah.
Trump.
It's the best I've ever seen.
They were asking if you could donate.
Yeah. They called it tiger blood, I think it was, or something like that. No, but it was like $5.80. So I guess that's good.
That's fine.
Yeah, they said that's fine. But they do offer
why
other
is it
stuff.
so good and you're not?
Well, you know why? Well, because I'm just don't have a proper diet and exercise anywhere near as, which I thought they were honest with me. They said, go home and get off the couch.
Married,
Yeah.
you get married, and
Oh,
settle down,
yeah.
get that proper diet.
Yeah, no, I don't know if that's, we'll talk about that after. Yeah. But anyhow, they have peptides, and we've talked in great length about peptides and some.
Peptides are the new thing.
So I'm just going to give Game Day a little. I told them I'm going to give you guys a shout out. I was impressed with how clean they were and professional, and they offer a bunch of different alternative medicines. And I just told Amy I'd give them a shout out, and I wanted to do that. So I appreciate you letting me do that. But great place up there in Naperville. I know, people we've talked about testosterone replacement and stuff like that.
And peptides.
There's a place for it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
One of my friends
Absolutely.
wound up taking testosterone, a shot once a week.
Yeah.
But he also worked out, and he dropped, it was like well over 100 pounds, and he felt better.
Mhm.
And, usually when you think of testosterone, you think of those info channels, and, there's a place for it.
Yeah, there is a place for it. I think like anything, you got to go down, and I got to give my personal doctor a lot of credit, because I talked to him in length about this, and he's like, first you got to get off the couch, Jim. Then you got to start eating the right diet, Jim. Then you got to see the inside of a Jim. And then, then when all those things have been met and you're still not where you need to be, then let's start talking about alternative medicines. And I was kind of looking for the shortcut, but
It's like
All of this stuff.
Yeah.
The analogy is moving the rock pile.
Yeah.
In order to move the most stuff, you move the big rocks.
First.
The big rocks are diet, exercise, sleep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Once you get the big rocks moved over, then you can start looking at the little rocks.
Yeah.
Testosterones and tweaking this and
Mhm,
doing
mhm.
that. But
Yeah.
the big rocks get you much more accomplished.
Yeah. Well, we did talk about this. Now, somebody we know had surgery in their shoulder, and they felt like they weren't recovering fast enough, and they recommended peptides.
BPPC 157.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And that person tells me it's working. Now, We've talked about this. Is it working or is it placebo? Who knows? But either way,
If it's placebo, it works.
there you go. There you go. If it's working, it's working,
If
right?
it's working, it's working.
Yeah. So I think there's a time and place for everything.
There's certain other, Joe Rogan's big into them. But
yeah.
do they work or is it in his brain? It doesn't matter. It works.
Yeah. But if you're interested, game day up there in Naperville, Amy did a great job. Great place, very professional. Because I kind of thought no matter what, I was going to go in there and they were going to hard sell me on something. I really did. I thought no matter what, I'm going to walk out of here with something. And it was not the case at all. They're like, no, your testosterone's the best we've ever seen. No, I'm just kidding. and they were very professional. And I even told them that's how much I appreciated it. It wasn't a hard sell. It was what's good for you. And I was really impressed. So, but a lot like beer, everything in moderation.
Exactly.
So, would you agree, Doc?
I would.
Yeah.
I would. There's some people that, they say everybody should be on, after a certain age, a little bit of, the peptides, GLP, tirzepatide and growth hormone derivative or something like that, just for longevity.
Yeah.
That's the big thing is longevity science coming up and what the AI integration into what the side effects of these medications are and can you get them over the counter, gray market, whatever. That's the other problem is getting them without draining your bank account.
It's not cheap, for one. That's true. I was concerned about the legitimacy. They're not being made in somebody's bathtub, and I don't think that was the case at all. I thought it was, somewhat, yeah. Well, and I'm kind of that guy. I don't like taking aspirin at night, so I wasn't in a hurry to do this unless I felt like I needed it. But again, when they saw my T level, they said, yeah, that's the best we've ever seen.
How come you're not more jacked?
Yeah, that's what they were wondering. They're like, why are you so
How do you
skinny?
hide it so well?
Yeah. Well, I was wearing baggy clothes too, So Pauly, what do you think? May 8th, the big day?
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Cops organization. What a great organization. Now they do bike rides. You said they're coming through Wilmington and
Yep. And I think the bike ride is July 9th through the 12th.
okay.
And I believe they're starting in St. Louis and going all the way to Chicago.
And that's a fundraiser.
Yeah.
And it's pedal bikes. I mean, that's
Yeah, not motorcycles or anything.
Yeah.
And I guess when they come through Wilmington, they're going to be stopping at the fire department at their brand new station.
Okay.
So it'll be nice because they'll be riding right in front of the brewery.
Yeah.
So right on Route 66.
Yeah. And you can follow our website, your website, my website, Jim Riley for Sheriff or Jim Riley on Facebook, because I'll be posting that, and remind people as well.
We're going to start posting about it. So we just wanted to get through the weekend.
Yeah. Well, we hope anybody listening can come out May 8th at Nellie's, Route 66, Old School Brewery, and May 8th, 5 to 8 p.m. and support a good cause.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So,
you've brewed hundreds of different kinds and styles and flavors and that of beer.
A lot of different ones. Yeah, I'm on like 277 at the brewery.
I know it's kind of like asking who's your favorite child, but which one do you like to brew the best?
I really don't have one. I have ones that I like better than others. Some are easier than others. Some I despise. I shouldn't deal with one of those right now. But yeah, I mean, I can't really like my favorite question. Everyone's like, "What's your favorite beer?" And to be perfectly honest with you, I do not have a favorite beer. I mean, even when you think about everything, I could tell you like what my go-tos are. And I have ones like when I go to a store and I know what I'm looking for, and I don't be like, "Oh, I'm not going to go buy." Example: I drink Busch Light. I drink 30 racks. That's all I'm getting. Like when I go into a liquor store, I'm like, "Well, what do they have?" "Oh, I haven't seen this one in a while. Try that one." Or, "Oh, what's this? Let's give it a try." That's why I enjoy actually going to breweries and checking out, because hey, you get to see the scenery and check out everyone's styles. And I actually do know I have a lot of friends in the industry. I've been been a part of it for so long. So and a lot of times I just go see my friends, see what they're trying. Because us brewers, we don't get to get out and hit breweries that often anymore. So when we do, we do.
Yeah, we have a good mutual friend, Mike Trisna, Chicago Street Bar and Grill up in Joliet.
Yeah.
Great place, great pub, great place to spend the afternoon. Mike does a great job with traditional music, especially Irish music and stuff. And he carries your beer, does he not?
Does. Right now he has he is the only one that has our milk stout on tap right now. Because we just went through our milk stout this week. So he has our milk stout there.
Yeah, Mike does a great job up there, him and his wife.
And you got Kathy, and they've always been very supportive of local breweries and what.
And what do you think the next trend, let's say 10 years ago, it was IPA, and then it went to East Coast IPA, then it went to West Coast IPA, and then there was a dry IPA, and then there was sours, and then there was the sweets, and then there's the gumball, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
What's the next trend that you see
right now,
coming?
well, the trend I'm kind of seeing more and more of is lager. Like traditional
Lagers.
lagers are coming.
Infused THC.
No, that's the thing it's already got. So
Are you going to make that there at your pub one day?
I've already made some for home.
Oh, you have the right to remain silent.
Yeah, well, no, I'm saying because when we had one of the representatives for one of those Delta 8 companies, they gave a sample. So I'm like, well, if I'm going to sell this anyway, I got to try it myself. So I had a night where I just sat at home and gave it a shot, and it was fun.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I would love to do it. I think we should make money. I just don't know if the demographics of our town will allow it.
Well, I can't say I'm happy about it, and I probably shouldn't say this publicly, but we did just open up a dispensary here in Diamond, and I'll be honest with you, I'm not for it. I'm just not. I don't like our young kids driving by the place where you can walk in and buy marijuana, and I think it just sends the wrong message. And I know maybe I'm old and out of touch, and I know the young.
Okay, boomer.
I know, I get it, I get
It's
it, but
better for you than the beer.
I know, boss. I know. I guess I'm just.
about bars and liquor stores. How do you feel about that?
Well, I know, I get it. No, I'm a hypocrite. I'll be the first one to admit it. I'm just going back to my, teen years in Rockdale's, just
I know.
Cause and effect.
yeah,
You
I
want
just
to know when marijuana was banned?
Mhm.
It was right after Prohibition. They needed something to pick on, so that's when reefer madness came about.
so they.
William Randolph Hearst.
Oh, no, wait. Tell the story.
William Randolph Hearst owned the publishing of
The
New
newspaper
York
out in
Times,
California. Yeah.
Hearst newspapers.
Yeah.
So he had hundreds of newspapers that used a lot of wood from his forests that he owned, that he harvested the wood, pulped it, and made the paper.
For the newspaper.
They were going to legalize hemp, which is a much better source of fiber to make paper much more cheaper.
And he created Reefer Madness.
He said, you can't have hemp. We have to have a law against hemp because we can call this Mexican marijuana leaves and show that these different socioeconomic groups utilize this as a problem and become intoxicated on it and makes them hypersexual and this and that and the other thing. And they made Reefer Madness that then came out into the public that slanted everything, and Congress came out with the bill saying, no, we can't have this.
Isn't that something? Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. I never knew that. Did you know that? I didn't know that.
No.
I've been to his house out there in California. Have you been there?
No.
The Hearst Castle. Oh, good Lord. Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah. I don't think he was living paycheck to paycheck. No, he was doing pretty good for himself, but he had that much power.
Oh my
Think
God.
about that.
That much money, you have that much power. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I think it's probably the wave of the future. And I'm not going to say, maybe 10 years from now, if I'm retired and sitting on the beach in Florida, I wouldn't, have a Willie Nelson infused cocktail just to see what it's like. But I just don't want our youth to be thinking that stuff should be that readily available. Maybe I'll change my mind one day.
And you know where the Women's Christian Temperance Union started? What started Prohibition?
Prohibition where you couldn't drink alcohol?
Yeah.
No.
Elmhurst, Illinois.
Get out of here.
Yep.
How'd that happen?
Well, alcohol is bad for you. People drink it and they get drunk.
And then what?
Well, we can't have that.
But how did they get everybody to sign off?
Because it's bad for you.
Yeah. And that started in Elmhurst.
Elmhurst, Illinois.
And this was like a mother's group, or like you said, it was a woman's
Women's
group.
Christian Temperance Union.
And they convinced the entire nation.
It was a movement.
Really?
Yes.
So is Elmhurst a dry city at this time?
I believe.
Not.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
There's at least one brewery I know of.
There's at least one person I know there. Yeah.
No, there's at least one brewery in Elmhurst.
Now, there are wards in Chicago that are dry
Uh-huh.
because there was a meadery in Chicago, Wild Blossom.
Wild Blossom.
And where their meadery is in a dry ward. You have to go across the street.
Not anymore.
Oh, okay.
No, it's they have moved. They actually have a new location. They're further north, and they're not in the dry area. Yeah, there's like a certain part of Beverly, which is kind of funny. I don't know if anybody's ever noticed when you go through like the hundreds of Western Avenue in Beverly. Pay attention. You look on the west side of Western, you have all the bars,
Yeah.
and you look on the right side of Western, there's nothing.
Literally dry, not dry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You
And
know there's dry segments in Chicago, did you?
no, I swear I never do that. Did you know that? I never did. No.
and,
See what you learn on the podcast around Will County. Yeah.
What was that? I know it was Wild Blossom, but what was his home brew store? Was that Bevart? What it was called?
We were up there once. We went there for
By mead
mead sampling. Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I think it is Bevart was because it was one of the original homebrew stores
Uh-huh.
in the city of Chicago,
Okay.
and they moved into. They're further north. They're still in Beverly, but I think they took over an old Chicago Park District though, and it's like right on the train line. So, and they have Bevarts in there, and they have Wild Blossom, which have a real nice tap room and all that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
They get their honey from they have their hives are on the roofs of the skyscrapers
wow.
around Chicago.
And they go
And-
down to Grant Park, and
Yeah.
that's how they get their pollen.
That's where they
From
get
the
their
flowers
That's
and
where they
stuff?
get their honey.
That's pretty cool.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
kind of neat. Yeah. Good. Good. Well, that's pretty cool. Well, again, Pauly, yesterday was a lot of fun. I want to thank the officers. Yeah.
Thank you all for being a part of it.
Yeah, we really appreciate that. And thank you for doing that. And thank you for, all you guys do for the community. You guys are all actively involved, and we really do appreciate
Yeah,
that.
we try.
You're great to law enforcement. Thank you.
And the cops program is very good.
Great
Worthy
organization.
cause.
Yeah, great organization. Concerns of Police Survivors, May 8th, 5 to 8 p.m., Old School Brewery in Wilmington.
Mhm.
On the island. Pauly will be buying beer all night long,
I'm not
serving
buying
you
no
behind the
beer. I
bar.
will be serving you beer.
Yes. Just when you walk in, just say, put it on Pauly's tab.
Oh no.
Yeah,
we
and then
put
they'll be
the-
running
no.
up a tab.
Just if he's got the bottle of THC drops. to-
Yeah, be
Yeah.
careful with that.
Be careful
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Don't give me any ideas now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, what do you think, Doctor? You got anything?
I would think we're good.
We're good. Mr. Tyler, you've been quiet today. Everything okay?
Just absorbing
Absorbing?
all this knowledge.
Yes. Yeah. We did learn a lot today.
did.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
learning.
and we're very good. This is
shout out?
We've got stuff from
The
Will
brewery?
County Brewing. I've got the Wildcat
Mhm.
State Champions. Very good. Very, very good.
And then what did you put that out for? Wilmington football?
Wilmington.
State champs 2025?
Yeah.
Are you
Are
going
they-
to put one out for the wrestlers?
Well, that was I think only one because wrestling teams are individuals. I don't think the
Ah,
whole team
okay.
went because
Right.
only one or two people went to state. No, this was a whole team effort, and I think it's actually
Yeah.
I like it because I've been working for the brewery. It'll be 6 years in September, and this is the third championship they've won.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This is a cream ale. This is that's Diane's favorite.
that's one of our
style.
best sellers.
Yeah.
And then Mr. Tyler over there has our Gemini reentry, which is a golden ale, which is got the Gemini giant on it. That beer was inspired with all the stuff that went on in town with the Gemini.
The
giant.
relocation of the Gemini Giant.
Gemini
Yes.
Giant.
Yes.
Once we found out it was staying in the city, we decided to work on a beer, and I actually found Gemini hops.
Oh, wow.
That's I use strictly Gemini hops in that beer.
Wow. And that's on tap?
Yes.
Oh,
He
wow.
has that on all the time. If it's not, it'll be in the tank. Be patient. We'll have it soon.
Yeah.
And of course, Old School Brewing is right across the street from the Gemini Giant.
Exactly. You can see it from our front porch.
Oh, that's neat. And we do see a lot of tourists come through town and
I think
from,
we had some today. I was sitting there talking to some today when you came. to
and
pick
where
me
were
up.
they from?
I didn't get that far.
But they're all over the world. They
Yeah.
come, yeah. A lot of overseas.
Rockdale.
Rockdale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they came from Rockdale.
Yeah. They came
No.
from Rockdale. Yeah.
We actually have a world map in our game room that has. We know they're doing 66. We give them a pin, and I just love going back there every couple of weeks to see where people are coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I am amazed. When I'm in there, you'll see people and you'll ask them, and they're from, Germany. I know you've had people from Germany and Poland and France, and so people all over.
I met a brewery owner one year from Finland. He owned a brewery in Finland.
Wow.
And it was kind of one of those, he's asking me questions. I'm like, all right, who is this guy? I'm working. I'm kind of busy. He's like, I own a brewery in Finland. I'm like, well, what I'm doing right now ain't that important. I'm going to grab a beer and sit down and talk with him.
Yeah.
It was just kind of fun to sit down.
And if you know Paulie, he says that to just about anybody that walks in the door. He says, let me grab a beer and talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm the mailman. Yes. Yeah, I'm here every day, Paul. Yeah. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. No, it was just fun to sit down and talk with somebody.
No respect.
Yeah, I know.
I
He's like, yeah.
I'm free of that. I'm used to it.
Yeah. Yeah. But no, that's awesome. The people that come through, it really is. And I know they're trying to, during COVID, it kind of dried up a little bit. I think that's starting to pick up again.
I think this year is going to be a really good year because it's a centennial, a 100-year anniversary
For America, yeah. Oh, for Route 6? Really?
100-year anniversary.
And our 250 for our country. Right. So I think both of those combined.
And 100 years for the Rialto Theater.
Really? I didn't know that either.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
No, I was actually, before we got going, I was reading an article about it from the patch in Joliet because I was up there last night, as a matter of fact, and that park they've been working on is like 90% done.
Oh, yeah.
And it looks.
Does it? Yeah. And that's nice. And that's right by Mike Trisna's place,
Right
Chicago Street Bar and Grill. Yeah.
I do miss the parking. So nice to park there.
Well, yeah, you got the parking deck right there, right?
Yeah, I know. And they got all that street. They did, they're wrapping up all that infrastructure work in downtown Joliet. So there's street parking everywhere now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think they put in angle parking or something.
No, it's parallel.
Is it parallel?
It's all parallel up and down there. Yeah.
Good.
And I know that was the biggest question. Is it going to be angle? Is it going to be parallel? It did kind of suck because they, when they worked on the road, Chicago Street lost its patio out front.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like when you stand out front, you don't have that nice patio to sit on anymore.
He won't have that no more.
No, last time I talked to him about it, he was tossing around the idea of getting one of those retractable awnings.
Oh, what about a rooftop? Come do a rooftop.
You don't want to go on that.
Let's go on the roof. Yeah. You can see the baseball games from there.
No, you really can't. I mean, I guess you could, but you got the stands in your way. If you're on the other side of the park, you could.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it's a great pub to stop in and have a beer before a baseball game.
Great food too.
Great food. Yes, great atmosphere. Yep.
All the staff is really nice.
They are. Yeah.
They'll love to talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great overall place.
And another great place, walk in and just say, put that on Paulie's tab. And you can, they have a beer, put that on Paulie's tab.
I paid my tab last night, so I don't have an open tab. They didn't tell me I had an open tab, so we're good.
Yeah. So, again, got anything else, Paulie?
No, I'm good.
What do you think?
Say just stop by and see us out around 56 Old School Brewing.
What's the address?
110 Bridge Street.
In?
Wilmington, Illinois.
Very good, sir. You good with that, boss?
Yes, I am.
Are we going to play my song on the way out?
Oh, we could.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That'd be awesome.
We'll
put in my
find
song.
it now. It's over. You have to do it.
Oh, no, that's all right. You can add it later, right?
We got to call the IT person.
Yeah, we got to talk to the IT. You may or may not hear my song on the way out. And my song is a song that was sent by a supporter of mine. And it really is a cool tune, a catchy tune. And we're going to incorporate it into our podcast.
Badge on his chest, boots in the dust, years on the street, earned their trust. Kick down doors when the nights turned grim. If trouble rolled in, they called on Jim. Jim is the next sheriff riding in, heads turned, tough on crime, no easy line, let the guilty burn. Cleaning up Will County, straighten the lost thin rim. If you want your town back, you better elect Jim. Pages of his past and blue. Still a record shining, every word is true. Catching every outlaw, never letting go. When his book hits the shelves, the whole world's gonna know. Jim is the next sheriff riding in, heads turned. Tough on crime, no easy line. Let the guilty burn. Cleaning up Will County, straightening the lost and rim. If you want your town back, you better elect him. Rip out the rules that tied our hands. Bring back the law that understands. No more hiding in the cracks they slip through. Jim's gonna fix what they broke into. Jim is the next sheriff riding in, heads turned. Tough on crime, no easy line. Let the guilty burn. Cleaning up Will County from the brim to the limb. The bestseller lawman. That's Sheriff Jim.
So